Okay, we're back with book 1, lesson 1, part 2, and we have just finished the lesson, and we will be looking at the points to remember. Now, the points to remember is, I would say, the most important part of every lesson. So make sure to read this thoroughly in each lesson, because this is a summary of all the important points and of everything that we have learned. So let's see, what have we learned in this lesson? We learned ma hada, what is this? Hada kitabun, this is a book. Hada baytun, which means this here is for is, right? It turns the statement into a question. Just this one little So I want you to be very careful about this. Here makes the statement into a sentence. Naam means yes and la means no, right? So you have to use these when you are answering a question. If there's a question, then when you're answering, you have to use naam or la. Naam hada baytun, yes, this is a house. La hada masjidun, no, this is a mosque. And man means who, okay? So man hada and ma hada. So there's a difference here. Ma means what and man means who. Ma we use for objects and things. Man is for people. And once again, I hope you remember what I said in the very beginning. The two types of nouns, we have nakira and ma'rifa, right? Does anyone remember what does nakira mean?
Definite, indefinite noun.
Means
Ma'rifa is definite noun.
correct.
Definite.
So nakira is indefinite and ma'rifa is definite. Can anyone tell me what about a khabar? What is khabar?
And information about something.
Yes, and it's the second part of the sentence, usually second part of the nominal sentence. What about ma'rifa?
Ma'rifa is a definite noun. It's the beginning. It's the definite part of the sentence.
Correct. Can
That's
everyone
first
hear me
word.
fine?
Yes, ma'am. And it is also a mubtada.
Yes. So ma'rifa is the I think everyone can hear. Can everyone hear me fine?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Let me just answer. Okay. So yes, nakira is indefinite, ma'rifa is definite, mubtada is the first part of the noun, the beginning, right? And mubtada is always ma'rifa, which means mubtada is always definite. How can we tell if something is ma'rifa? What is the most common way to tell? What does a word have when it's ma'rifa?
It is always definite. This or al.
Al, yes, al in Arabic, which means the, right? This is hada. Al is the, and if a word has al on it in the beginning, it is definite because it means the. And what about for nakira? How do we know?
Tanween.
Tanween. Very good.
It has a double tanween.
Tanween, yes. Tanween itself means double harakat. So tanween, most common is dhammatain. Sometimes later on we will see it can also be fathatain or kasratain. So that's why we say tanween. Tanween includes all three of these. So when it's tanween, it will give the meaning of a, right? The article a house, a door, or an, and this will be called nakira. Nakira means indefinite. Again, I keep repeating this so that you become very familiar with the words. So once more, nakira means indefinite. When a noun has tanween on it, it's nakira. Nakira is always khabar. What's khabar again?
News about something or information.
Yes, and just remember the most important part, it's the second part of the noun. So here, for example, here we have a sentence. Hada kitabun, okay? Hada is ma'rifa. I know it does not have alif lam, but this is an exception. We will learn about ma'rifa doesn't just have to have alif lam. There are different words that can be ma'rifa, and hada is one of them. The most common one is alif lam. That's why I'm saying this right now. For now, just know that hada is ma'rifa. And it is the mubtada. Mubtada means that it's the beginning word, right? Kitabun is the second part, which means it's the khabar. It's the khabar. It's the news about the mubtada. And khabar always has to be nakira. How do we know it's nakira? Because of this tanween.
Tanween.
So there are 4 words that I've told you about Arabic grammar today. Ma'rifa, nakira, mubtada, and khabar. Okay, so I'd like you all to, if you need to watch the recording once more or practice these words and just make it really clear. If you have any questions, then I'm happy to explain. So some notes about this first lesson. When we write Haza, we write it like this, just a ha and then dal alif, right? So if you look at it, it looks like Haza, but when we pronounce it Haza, as in an alif after the ha. There's in some books there's a small alif on the ha. So just remember it's pronounced Haza, okay? But it's written without an alif after the ha. And also how I mentioned there's no word for is in the Arabic language. We put it in when we do the translation. For example, if we look here again, Haza kitabun, Haza means this, kitabun means a book. So when we do the meaning, we get the meaning this, a book. And we have to put the is in English to make sense, right? To make sense of the sentence. So there's no specific word for is in Arabic. There's also no word for a. We get the meaning of a from the tanween, right? From the tanween. When we say kitabun, it means a book. Al-kitabu would be the book. And most important, again, I'm mentioning, remember that alif, lam, and tanween can never be on the same word. You can never say al-kitabun. It will either be al-kitabu with a single dhamma or just kitabun without the alif, lam. Okay, so yes, again, tanween corresponds to the article, the indefinite article a or an in English, a or an. Okay, what else? When we place the alif at the beginning of the statement, it turns it into a question. So for example, just Haza baytun, is this is a house. When we add the here, it makes it into a question. Is this a house? And then you have to answer using naam or la. Okay. And here we have some of our vocabulary words. It looks like a lot, but these are the basic vocabulary words that we need to know to go to the next lesson as well. Mishal, would you like to read this? Read the word and its meaning quickly. Go ahead.
Waladun, boy.
Yes.
Talibun, student. Rajulun, man. Tajirun, merchant. Kalbun, dog. Pittun, cat. Himarun, donkey. Hisanun, horse. Jamalun, camel. Deekun, rooster. Mudarrasun, teacher.
Mudarrisun.
Mindilun,
Mudarrisun. There's a kasra on the ra. Okay. Mudarrisun.
yeah. Mudarrisun, teacher. Mindilun, kerchief.
Very good. Jazakallah khair. Sister Rubina, would you like to read the next line here? The next column?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Baitun, house. Masjidun, mosque. Masjid. Babun, door. Kitabun, book. Qalamun, pen. Miftahun, key. Maktabun, writing table.
Or desk. Yes.
Sarirun, bed. Kursiyun, chair. Najmun, star. Khamisun, shirt. Tabibun, doctor.
Yes, Jazakallah khair. So one thing I'd like you all to remember is that here in the meanings, they are not writing a or an, right? They're not writing the article because right now they want you to focus on the meaning of the word. But whenever we do the meanings in the sentences or in the lessons, I would like you to say Baitun is a house, Masjidun is a masjid, and Babun is a door, right? This is just for the meaning that they are telling you, but we need to differentiate whenever we are reading in a lesson. Waladun is a boy. It's not just boy, because al-waladu would be the boy. So we need to differentiate between that, okay? So that was it for this lesson. Does anyone have any questions? Any questions? Anything you'd like to ask? Okay, then as I said before, inshallah, this will be every Sunday, but we will take a break for Ramadan. So think of this, I think there will be this week and then next week. And inshallah, we will resume after Eid. All of the recordings will be on the YouTube channel, Arabic Grammar with Sister Shamim. and you can watch the recordings. There are also recordings for other lessons, other books as well. If you would like to read a little bit ahead, you can watch those. Okay. So I'd like you all to review this once more, watch the recording, or if you have the book, you can find the PDF online as well. Just go through it and try to learn all of this vocabulary and remember the 4 words that I told you. Ma'rifa, nakira, mubtada, and khabar. Okay. So if no one has any questions, then we'll read the dua and end this. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. جزاك الله خير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.